What's up, boys? We're back with some more Tower of Babel. We're up to 6 legendaries now. We've got a bit of extra movement speed when not taking damage, chance to trigger any of my other abilities whenever I use my special attack, the Frost Nova thing. We've got a chance to double cast Lightning Wave, chance to fire some Ice Shards on Blizzard, a big boost to critical chance and damage when I stop using my basic attack and just spam out my special attack. So I'll have to turn that off at some point in the run, but it's helpful early on. And then this chest gives a big boost to armor at the cost of some movement speed. It's a kind of low level legendary since I found it very early on, so the stats on it aren't the greatest, but I think it's necessary because there's currently an issue with enemies who have summoning mechanics. They can actually summon stuff right on top of you and just hit you several times instantly, resulting in you dying basically instantly from full health. So that's a bit of an issue with the first boss at floor 3 or so. So we probably will go ahead and banish the attack-based stuff. And then I'll take special here since we'll want some of that. And then now at the higher floors, there's actually some regular enemies who... Actually, I probably should bless that as well. And then critical hit damage will be very good as well. Actually, I'll probably just take the crit damage here. Yeah, there's actually regular enemies who can summon stuff now on the higher floors as well. And then I guess we'll probably bless the crit chance also. So if you don't have very, very high physical resistance, they can just summon stuff right on top of you, hit you a bunch, and just kill you instantly. I kind of like Dragon's Breath. It hits pretty quickly and a cone in front of you. Not really a cone, more of a line, but very fast attack speeds. Swamp of the Dead is pretty good. It's basically the Grasping Hands from Diablo 3. Decent area, slows enemies on top of it. See, we have one ban left, so we can toss that on Curse. We could take that. Let's see if we can get some high level stuff. 2 levels on the Dragon's Breath, that's fun. And then actually, let's try turning auto attack off now. We have a bunch of crit stats and we have a few abilities now. So with the double crit stats blessed, we should be able to get those very high on this run. I'm down for some more of that. Two levels on Chain Lightning, we could try that out. Haven't really used that one a ton yet. On Meteor Strike. Blood Whirlwind might be better since it has healing, but I guess we'll try the absolute maximum damage here. This is actually the first run I've done with that legendary staff on the wizard, so hopefully it turns out decent. 2 on special attack. That's not the most impactful right now, but at certain levels you can get a mana cost reduction on that, which will be very helpful. So I think since it specifies attack, that is actually kind of useless for me. Let's toss the last reroll here. Critical chance is very good. Probably want to grab that. I think I like Dragon's Breath. Actually, having a source of chilling would be pretty helpful. It's only 1 level for either of them anyways. I guess a consistent source of chilling. We have 2 levels there. since we do have the Frost Nova every once in a while, that also does it at very short range. On the chain lightning, we can try that out. Oh yeah, just fair warning, I probably am going to die whenever we start running into a ton of summoner enemies. I've played this level a few times now, and I basically always die when they start summoning stuff right on top of me and then just hitting me a bunch really quickly. I've had a little bit more success. Okay, we get 10% mana cost reduction there, some good damage stats, that's pretty nice. I've had a little bit more success with the chest that gives the huge armor, but I don't think I've beaten this level yet, although I've gotten fairly close to it. The summoners are just so insane right now with hitting you instantly multiple times. Damage and attack area, that looks decent. Oh, I guess we should probably grab Lightning Wave since I have the legendary for that. On Meteor Strike, sure. The skills that have the built-in crit chance like that should be pretty strong on a run like this as well, where we have so many of the other crit stats. Also, a big issue with lots of skill effects overlaying on top of each other, and making it so you can't really see anything. Levels on special. I would like to grab some life regen, but I feel like that's pretty important with the 2 legendaries that go with it. Okay, these are the summoner guys. When you kill them, they'll summon a bunch of stuff in sort of a circle pattern around themselves, I think. Let's go with the Lightning Wave, I think. And since you have to walk past them, if you run into a situation where you're like killing them at the same time that you have to run away from them, then you sometimes just take like over half of your HP at the same time. And then you have these exploder guys who are summoned fairly close to you as well. You only get maybe a second or so to react to where they're spawning. And they do massive damage if they reach you. 2 on special attack, yup. On the magic item find, it's helpful, but you just need such insane raw stats here. I don't think we're going to take that. We'll just keep pumping the special attack for now. So 1 level on anything. I think I like the swamp the most to do good AoE damage and slow them down. I don't think any of these are super important here. I don't think that applies to most of the attacks, so we'll probably... Well, 50% projectile count on top of damage, that's actually pretty nuts for that one skill. I think we'll take more swamp here. On the chain lightning or lightning wave. It's a little bit hard to hit enemies right now, but I think this will come in handy later on when we start getting completely surrounded and we'll need skills that are not quite target capped as much. So I think chain lightning is better now, but the lightning wave will help more with potentially beating the level. So now we're going to have a ton of the summoners spawning all around us, and it's probably going to get very rough. More swamp. Actually, it's very good. I need some consistent life regen, I think, to heal us up from some of the damage that's going to be effectively unavoidable at some points. Technically, you can avoid everything, it's just there's going to be so many, it's not really going to be realistic, I think, at some points. Projectile count's quite good, that works on the Swamp of the Dead, I think. Meteors as well, and also the Dragon Breath. 2 on Chain Lightning. I think we will take that. On Dragon or Swamp of the Dead. I like that. Some nice projectile count there as well. I actually don't think I have a cloak slot yet either. There was one on the Merchant, however it was very expensive and it was kind of limited in the bonuses it gave. Like, they were mostly a bunch of small bonuses to lightning skills. So very situational, and I felt like it was too expensive for what it did. 3 levels on Lightning Wave. Yeah, we should probably take that. So I didn't really want to spend like 1,500 gold when I could get a few levels on the Blessings. And it would just boost a couple different skills. Oh yeah, the game really needs some more banishes, I feel like. There's like 24 different skills or something, plus multiple different things for the various types of attacks. I don't think I can dodge all of those at this range. We need to finish this guy off before he shoots those in a very bad direction for me. 2 on Dragon's Breath, that's fine. Just damage and crits there. We could really go any of these. Probably take some more swamp. Like, there's so many projectiles, you have to take one of the hits there. They shoot some of them kind of offset as well, so you can't just keep moving perpendicularly to them. You have to actually try and avoid some. That's so many projectiles, I think I'm just dead. Like, what? I literally can't dodge them. On damage reduction, I probably need to make that stronger. I want both of them, but and now we have the exploders that spawn pretty close to you as well. Ooh, a jewel. I actually don't have any equipment with sockets, so I don't know how you're really supposed to use those. Are they planning on adding a way to socket the gear that you already have or something? Let's go with some more special attack, I think. If we can get some more mana reduction on that, that would be very helpful. Kinda need to get back towards all that XP so I can get some levels, but there's just so many enemies, my god, man! Crit chance should be pretty good here. I can't move, there's so many enemies, why is it like this? Yeah, that's kind of the story of every run. You just eventually get whittled down by unavoidable damage, and you have to have the damage reduction on the chest. But like I said, we're going to be losing some runs, but maybe we got some useful stuff here. I can go buy the jewel from the merchant. And we'll have a cloak now. Attack speed, cold resistance doesn't sound very useful. Maybe if there's like a really good basic attack build. Get a bit of armor. Actually a lot of armor, yeah, that's not bad. Just feels like you need so much damage in mana regen. We are 5 away from the next. I'm not sure if that one does anything. May as well just take some more damage, little bit of life, bit of armor. And we can do a run without the chest as well, just so you can see how that looks like. What else do I have over there? Elite enemies, fireballs on Dragon's Breath. Fire skills, restoring life, that might work. Oh, that one's also pretty good. What are the levels on those? That one has a bunch of armor. Okay, let's see if we can build for physical skills a bit more than with that one. Oh yeah, jewels. So we'll be a lot faster this time, but I will probably just get one-shot by the summoner enemies at some point. Oh yeah, I need to attack. I'll just turn auto attack on for a bit. Yeah, we can grab that, so we'll still want to get rid of those since we need the crit later on. And then we probably may as well banish magic item finds since you need so many stats. We can probably bless mana restoration to use the special attack a bit more. Attack, that's probably not super useful, so we could have banished either of those if we had more, but all damage is decent. Swamp of the Dead, yep. Oh yeah, physical skills will be pretty important here in the chest. Need to make sure we grab all of those. They actually are pretty good at multi-hitting. The dagger attack is kind of low damage, but it has very fast cast speed, and I find that one to be pretty good. We'll definitely want crit chance. Do I want to bless that again? Probably. At the very least, it helps us cast some of our other skills with the legendary belt I have. I don't think we want to bless any of these, but some early XP could help out in the long run. Attack power is good. Duration. I don't think the physical stuff really scales with that, although it is nice on the grasping hands. I'm fine with some of that. I think Blood Tornado is physical and has built-in lifesteal, so that would be a great one here if we can find that. Probably take some more swamp here. Actually, range could be pretty helpful as well. Spinning Blade, there's our first physical. Ooh, I do like Lightning Strike as well, but we definitely need that. Big Ice Spike, not bad for some extra chills. Literal chills, bros. Big Heaven's Judgments. I think we can grab that. Is that physical? I don't remember. I think it might be. There's actually no way to tell in the run. Huh. Yeah, I haven't really used that skill much since it doesn't seem super impressive at the lower levels. So I've just never really scaled it up a bunch to see where it ends up. Probably grab Ice Orb for another source of chilling. cast speed and crits are both good. I think this will be a lot of damage with the staffing, and we can probably turn auto attack off now as well. Get that full crit bonus ramped up. I think I'm gonna go for the XP again, since we're pretty early on. I think we're gonna need all the help we can get. Two on spinning blades, that's nice for the physical builds. Crit chance is fantastic. We could probably use some more crit damage at this point as well if I find that one. Let's see, probably swamp here. Spinning blade, we can get the projectile count up. I guess we're probably not going to be leveling that as much on this run. Unless we get some multi-levels. Crit chance. Now we have the summoners. We'll take some magic hammer here, I think. We have one blessed left. God, 32 for summons that just hit you almost instantly. That's so silly. Spinning blade. On magic hammer, yep. Like, I've literally barely been hit on this run and I'm almost dead. Why? We can get one of these for a bit of extra survivability here. I guess with the chest we should have some decent healing, so we'll get some damage reduction to go with that. So we probably grabbed enough XP for the run. I'll take some global damage here. Plus it's getting very difficult already. Need to maximize the power now. Special attack, 2 levels is decent. Crit chance, nice. definitely need some critical damage now, though. The Ice Orb has been pretty helpful, though. Actually, I guess we'll try scaling up the physical attacks as much as possible since we're trying out the chest here. May as well see what they're capable of. Double XP, I guess so? We are about to collect a decent amount, so maybe they'll still pay off. Do mana for more special casts. I guess that'll probably help the most, since that also triggers my other abilities. Piercing and projectile, those are both very good. Let's bless projectile, I think, and grab that. You know, I might have forgotten to equip my cloak. That was kind of low rarity anyways. So if I remember, we can actually identify that rare one. Probably won't make a big difference, though. Yeah, the stats on Cloak seems kind of situational, so probably not a big difference. You can get 2 on the Swamp, that's pretty solid. Attack power and Spinning Blade are both pretty nice. I guess we'll try and maximize the number of hits on that since it also improves my healing as well. Triple Heaven's Judgment. That might actually be better, but that's very tempting. Spinning Blades, yep. Probably the Swamp here, definitely too late for XP now, unless we get like a triple on that maybe. Double Spinning Blades, yep. Ooh, crit damage finally. Duration, I want that as well, but we definitely get huge value out of that here. Double Swamp. magic hammer. Two on swamp. Some big extra projectiles for that is pretty nice. Three on special attack. We actually don't gain any mana on that, but I guess I'll still take that. Let's go. Well, we can't get some mana there. I think we're going to play a little bit more of a traditional build though and just max out the physical spells here. We'll probably give that at some point anyways if I live long enough. Another swamp probably. Double magic hammer, yup. Two on ice orb, not bad. Attack power to buff everything up a bit, so we'll probably make the biggest difference here. I've never fought this guy before, so let's stay at long range for a while and see how his attacks work. Is that him? He just sits there stationary shooting fire at you? Attack area, I think that's attacks only, so we want the crit chance here. I'm gonna try and gather the XP first, I guess, while we have a little bit of breathing room as well. Ooh, two spinning blade, yup. I feel like my hands are going to cover up the fire, and that's going to cause me to run into them at some points. I don't even know where he is right now. Does he just go underground for like 90% of the fights? Because that's kind of what it seems like. toss some rerolls, see if we can get something that'll be good damage against him. Double cast speed, that's pretty solid. Oh, he has a fire orb version of the lightning orbs. Probably want to be pretty far away from those since they move kind of randomly. I don't even know where he is. Ow. Okay, that was covered up by the thing. Ow, that's a lot for spawning right next to me. Really, he just spends 90% of the fight underground. That seems kind of crazy. Triple cast speed's very nice. Thankfully, that was a lot easier than the basic enemies on the level. I don't think having a boss timer for a boss that has like 90% immunity phases is very smart mechanically though. So it looks like Spinning Blades is actually pretty good. It was a bit higher than the other stuff, but almost, well, a bit over 500,000 damage. Hammers were okay. I'm not completely sure on that, but it did fit the physical builds. And I think that's my first legendary ring, so that might be decent. 25% evasion chance, cooldown of one skill reduced by 4 seconds after a successful evasion. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good survivability boost, and occasional damage. Not bad. Blood Whirlwind, 50% lifesteal, that's pretty good. But I feel like I'm already looking for Blood Whirlwind and I don't really get it that often. And then the one I have is just very generically strong, so probably not. Cover life on critical hit? I guess that fits the build. What's the other rare one? Sounds good. Two slots, but not legendary, so I don't really think that's going to be that great. I guess Lightning Wave isn't the greatest, and this one has a ton of armor, actually. Yeah, it's not bad. The basic attack is useless. That one has some damage reduction, at least. And then Dark does have some decent skills like the Grasp of the Dead. Yeah, I think that's fine. Can we put anything cool in the helmets. Oh, I guess I could do a jewel. I think I have an int one. Don't know how much of a difference that makes though. What else can we put in helmets? I think I'm getting somewhat close to level 9. No, I'm at like level 5 or something. So it'd be a small amount of int there. Stats. I guess we can't even make those. Dexterity. Magic finds. Mana. I guess probably all stats for that. And all I can use is the crudes. Oh, we have to put that in there then. I don't seem to be able to make that. Oh, there we go. Whatever, we'll just do 2 of those for now. And then hopefully that makes a difference. So, still using the chest, we'll try out some more physical-based builds. Oh, right, my auto attack. Probably want that on in the early game until we get some actual spells. Piercing could be good with some of the stuff later on. I think we will take that. I think I like blessing the very good passives, like projectile amount and duration and stuff. When you can use those, we can go ahead and ban that. Take that for some stuff later on. That should work for both the hammers and the spinning blades, I think. Critical hit damage is solid since we have the stuff to go with that. So I will take that, and then probably banish that just in case we can make it a bit more likely to get some power stats. And I don't know if I'm going to really be able to farm the new level since it took me a very long time to beat that one. We could take mana restoration here to cast the special a bit more. Lightning Strike, I like that since it's a critical hit and it stuns enemies. 2 chilling things are pretty nice as well. Projectile count, I like blessing stuff like that. I think we will grab that. Double mana restoration. Double range. Ooh, we can bless crit chance as well. Double mana, do I want that? I guess we'll try it. Critical hit damage is probably just better though. But we can maybe go for a more special focused run this time and really try to synergize with those legendary items. And I can cast that enough, we can probably turn auto attack off now. Although I could use some more skills. Spinning blade, there we go. And that one actually should work with the piercing chance we got earlier, I think. Since it has it as a level up set sometimes. Basic attack is junk here. Don't really care for those that much. See if we can find something better. 2 on Heaven's Judgment. I think that's fine. I don't think any of these are super important, so we could start scaling up the special attack a bit to go with the mana regen. More lightning strike. Projectile count or crit damage, they're both pretty nice. Let's go here, I think. Ooh, dagger. We didn't even see that on the other run, I think, but it's actually very good for physical builds. Let's go with the early XP here. Double mana restoration. Lock in the magic hammer. I forgot to check if that is a physical skill, but I think it is. I guess it's either XP or reroll here. Tagger. Let's get a level in life regen to have that, I think. Doing quite a bit of damage already, and we're still at the easiest part. Critical hit damage is really good. Oh, I guess the one thing is that the daggers are kind of low damage, very fast casting, so they don't synergize the best with the free cast legendary stuff I have. But still, it should be a lot of healing with the chest piece. Range or reroll? I'm fine with a reroll. Triple duration. I don't know if that works on a lot of this stuff, but it's still 3 levels. Yeah, we could use a source of some extra chilling. Double spinning blade. I might not have enough AoE for this map with this build. That's a lot of freaking slimes. On range, I guess we'll try it. Hopefully that works in the Frost Nova, I'm not completely sure. I guess I actually could be spamming that quite a bit more with the mana regen we have. Oh, more range. Big crit damage. Double lightning strike, not bad. Big special attack, yup. These are really bad, wow. I don't know what attack speed on special attacks does, but maybe it'll help somehow. Double judgment. Crit chance is probably more damage though. Let's go with the big projectile count there. Double ice spike, sure. Double dagger, yup. projectile count, I think. I don't think there's anywhere to move now. Double lightning strike. Man, I really don't like when they do the thing where you can't avoid enemies. It just removes any sort of, like, interaction you can have with the game. Stop putting that in games. It doesn't make any sense. Well, we managed to outlast them. The legendary ring did some heavy lifting there, but I just don't enjoy it when you can't really play the game anymore. Yeah, 25% evasion, huge help there. Physical healing with all of the knives, pretty helpful. I just don't find it interesting when they spawn enemies in a way where you can't interact with the game anymore, it feels like. Just doesn't seem like a good thing, but that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.